Welcome back to my channel, and in this video I will be showing you how I make my African inspired totems. I'll be using some recycled materials such as stone, ceramic, African beads and many more. So follow along and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. So here I'm using a piece of plywood which is just lying around in my studio. It's about 50 centimeters long, 5.5 centimeters wide, and I'm just prepping the board here with a scratch coat of cement adhesive. And this adhesive is by a company called BAL, but I'll leave all the information down below. So I've got a very loose design going on here. The materials I have are just out of shot here, but I'm starting with some African beads, placing them down and working from the bottom to the top. And I might change my mind as I go along, but we'll see. Just in case you're wondering, these particular materials I purchased from eBay and Etsy. Here I'm using a piece of scrap fusing glass rod which I had lying around in my studio again, and I have then cut up a slice of stained glass into 1 centimeter pieces, and I'm laying them on their edge to create a different type of look which you'll see later on in the video. So this piece of crockery I've used before in another project and it didn't go quite to plan, so I managed to salvage this and I'm just playing around here just to see if I'm actually going to like how it's going to look. I think I am. I think it fits this piece quite well, so yeah, let's see what it looks like when I've stuck it down. So I'm just laying down a few pieces of these gorgeous ceramic tiles. They look like pieces of chocolate, don't they? But they're definitely not edible. So I am going to be cutting these into little strips, but I just wanted to get a sense of the tone and the colours. Do they work? Does it match? Do I need to get it brighter? But I think I'm quite liking this colour combination. So yeah, we'll see how it looks a little bit later on in the video. So I'm buttering the back of these broken pieces. I've got to make sure that I've got enough cement that's going to cover, because it is a little bit concave behind there, but making sure that I've got enough there that it squelches out underneath and that it's going to hold onto the board itself. And here I'm laying down the pieces, as I explained before, on their edges and getting a different type of look, a different texture to just laying the tiles down flat and in a normal pattern. So take a look and see what I'm doing here. When using these tiny pieces, always make sure that your cement adhesive is covering at least the third of the tile, the height of the tile, to ensure that it stays secure and it's embedded properly. Otherwise you might have an issue when it's dry, it might just fall out of the board. So make sure that the cement is thick enough for the tile that you are using. Time to take a bird's eye look at how it's going. I've dry placed those rocks at the top there, but I'm finding that the colours are a little bit too samey, so I'm removing this particular piece of stained glass and I'm going to substitute it for a different colour and see how I like that. Might make a couple of changes, but we'll see how it goes. So I have to also remove the cement underneath and use a fresh piece of cement down there to make sure that the new piece of tile that's going in there sticks down properly. At this point I still wasn't happy with this colour, so I went over to my trusty fusing glass rods again to see if I could find something a little bit brighter, and I picked up this lovely bright yellow and put it against my board just to see what it was going to look like. So I found another piece of yellow stained glass because I didn't want to use another rod, and this was the last piece in this shade, and unfortunately it was broken, but I thought it's fine, I'm going to use it like that and just trim off the edge. And I'm just here just placing the rocks back on the top there just to make sure that I'm happy with the overall look. Did you notice that I swapped the putty coloured rod to that bright orange one? It works a lot better. And as you can see, I have been working quite diligently. I probably worked quite late, so I didn't do much recording because I was losing some light. But this is as far as I've got. I added some slate and some more African beads, a bit of Smalti and some stone. And I ran out of adhesive, so I had to mix up a new batch just to finish off that edging right at the very top. So I'm completing my African totem with some stained glass, which I've laid on its edge, as you can see, creating this gorgeous texture. Some of these pieces are quite sharp, so I wouldn't advise running your fingers along them, but it does have a really interesting look once you see the finished piece. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video and it's inspired you to do something similar. If you have any questions, send me an email or leave your comments below.